We all go through that. We all convince ourselves that we're doing something worthy, and you know, that's why I'm willing to talk about these things, because I'm not deluded about what the rock and roll business is good for and what it's not good for. In essence, I've survived, you know, the Holocaust of where your career is supposed to go away and never come back. Like when I put out Siamese Dream, I thought it was a great record, and it got reviews. Now it's a classic. So whose opinion was right? If I said it at the time, I was an arrogant prick. So here I still am, right? So you can't kind of kill me off with bad press. That's already been attempted. No amount of feuds with other bands is going to do any difference. You know, the music is the thing that endures. And I'm one person who's survived the gauntlet to get to the other side, still making good music. And I can point out where all these other people in my generation have basically abdicated the throne because they just don't really care, and maybe they never really cared in the first place. And I think those things need to be pointed out because it has a huge influence on the way the later generations think. And as a musician, you do have a responsibility for the way you carry yourself for the future generations, because they're supposed to continue that message for their generations forward. Just like I took inspiration from Bob Dylan and Bob Marley and John Lennon, somebody's going to take inspiration from me and do it the right way. It doesn't mean they have to sound like me. It means they just got to do it the right way for themselves. And I'm sick of this cozy relationship that rock and roll has with its own past. It's really gross. It's not the way rock and roll was built. Rock and roll is a destructive force, and it's supposed to be. And why in every generation was there a whole new sound that came in, and kids rallied behind it, and it helped change social consciousness. And all of a sudden we've just kind of backed into this cozy sound now, where no one's really pushing forward. When you have a band that has a legacy, people just automatically assume it's going to sound like what they're familiar with. But then you're competing with their memory. And when you're competing with the memory, you can never win.